Run it, baby. Ricky G, baby.
Hey guys, I'm Alex with Florida Wrestling Insight, and I'm very happy to be partnered with Florida Wrestling Room for this episode of our top 10 pound for pound boys and teams. Just want to preface that this was a lot to put together. There was a lot of things that happened over the season up until now that we really want to make sure that we have the best information possible. Without further ado, we are going to do the top 10 pound for pound boys. To begin with, at number 10, we have Draven McCal. Draven McCal, two-time defending state champ for Tampa Jesuit, a two-way two-time state champ, wrestled on the off-season stage, is a great wrestler, had a pretty good showing on Knockout, took some losses that he didn't need to take, but that's where these guys up top finish. Draven is on one of the best teams in state in 2A, looking to create a big finish for his team this year, claim a state dual title. With that big rivalry in Lake Gibson in the region, it's one of the many stories to look at for this year. So at number 10, we have Draven McCal. At number 9, we have someone that absolutely jumped our rankings after a great showing on Knockout. We have Kyle Gallo from Zephyros Christian. Zephyros Christian probably has one of the best production, not just in 1A, but in the state. They create some great athletes, and it proved here. Kyle Gallo beat Draven McCal, and Kyle Gallo doesn't have any state titles, and he's only a sophomore. And sudden victory match, came back, won, I believe, last second takedown, or overtime takedown, and then went on to beat another great wrestler that's also on this list, Kyle Gallo, number 9. Really excited to see what he does this season, and definitely not someone that should be overlooked anymore. At number 8, we have Calais Nazario. Now, Kyle did beat Calais, but it was clear in the video, while Calais was winning, he did suffer a knee injury during the match, and this was probably one of, I think, the highest scoring match at Knockout. I believe it was 22-25. Definitely shows how good these guys are, whether they're 100% or not, giving it our all on the mat. And even though the score was up for Calais, almost a tech fall, even though he did get injured, Kyle came back, and that doesn't take anything away from Kyle. We just have Calais up there on a healthy base. We want to see what he can do, both of them, head to head. But Calais, number 1 team, Lakes Academy 1A, one of the best stories, Elite 8 duels, beat number 15 in the nation, beat 3-time state champs, one of the best guys in the state, for sure, and definitely in 1A right now. But at number 8, we have Calais Nazario. Number 7, Lincoln Sledzianowski. You talk about a kid that made the world team for Greco, U17, came from Pennsylvania, plays third at states in Pennsylvania, wrestled here in Florida in 7th grade, plays third at states in Florida. Him making the transfer back, he's definitely, with that PA wrestling, one of the top guys in the state now. Wrestled for Powerhouse, Bishop McCourt in PA, trained with some of the top guys in the nation, and we're happy to see what he can bring to Florida wrestling at the state tournament and see what he does this year. At number 7, we have Lincoln Sledzianowski. Number 6, we have Christian Fretwell. Probably one of the best comeback stories this year. A lot of words said that Christian was not who he was as a wrestler last year and was fighting a lot of injuries, and this year showed that he's come back better than ever. Beat Lincoln Sledzianowski in the knockout finals, claimed the knockout title, has beaten some of the top guys in the country at Ironman, a 2-time state champ, and really there's nothing we expect Christian Fretwell not to do this year. Coming back 100%, he looks like one of, if not the top guys, not just in 1A, or not just in 2A, but in the state of Florida. And we're really excited to see what he can do this year. At number 6, we have Christian Fretwell. Number 5, we have Elvis Solis. Just signed to Kent State, D1 commit. You talk about a kid that has national titles, All-American status on some of the best national tournaments, a 2-time state champ with one of the best programs, not just in the state, but in the country, in South Dade. They produced some of the best kids. So Elvis is having a great season this year, just won Knockout. Pretty sure he's undefeated, and he's probably one of the toughest weight classes in 3A, and is still showing that he's the guy. And he looks like the guy to beat, not just this year, but for the years he's been before and the years he will have in the future in college. He will be one of those guys. So as of right now, we have number 5, Elvis Solis. Number 4, we have Jiovanni Solis, Elvis's little brother. Giovanni is phenomenal. 7th and 8th grade state champ, Fargo finalist, Fargo All-American, a 2-time Fargo All-American, U15 Pan Am champion. He's having one of the best off seasons and having one of the best seasons and careers in Florida history for wrestling. And he is one of the guys to beat in Florida. Had a tough knockout finals, but doesn't take away the fact that he is one of, if not the best wrestler in Florida, and transferring Somerset to South Dade for his freshman career with his older brother. That room is going to be somewhere that can push him to limits that we didn't think he could get better at. He will get better at. So at number 4, we have Jiovanni Solis. Number 3, someone that a lot of people said was not coming back this year and is competing now, we have Maximus Brady, 3-time state champ, national champion. Maximus Brady is one of the tough guys, probably one of the grittiest guys in the state of Florida, and he has taken losses to Jiovanni before, but he came back this year and he looked dominant. 11-1 win in knockout finals against Jiovanni Solis. He's looking for his 4th state title this year, and there's little to nothing that's going to stop him. Mariners had state champs every year, and we were not surprised to see that Mariner will come back and they will win, or at least have another state champion, if not multiple. So at number 3, we have Maximus Brady. At number 2, we have Sebastian DiGenerro. Took a tough loss to an out-of-state kid in the knockout finals, but also a familiar opponent. And Sebastian's ranked in the nation, number 11 in the nation at 126. He is one of the toughest guys in the country, looking for his 4th state title as well. Sebastian has national titles, All-American statuses at some of the toughest national tournaments. He brings that Jits and Beach program to levels, and it shows because they have great guys that are ranked in the state, and them making the move from 1A to 2A is going to be honestly a movie to watch this year, because we're really excited to see what they can do with different competition. So Sebastian DiGenerro is our number 2 guy, and at number 1 for us was not close, not with the lack of hard work that all these other athletes put in, but with the accolades, with the career he's having so far. At number 1, we have Mocco from Cardinal Gibbons, U17 world champ, 2-time Florida state champion, NHSCA national champion, Ironman champion, Super 32 finalist. He's having one of the best high school careers in Florida so far, and he's top 6 in the country in his weight class. And honestly, we're not going to be surprised. Only a junior, he could be the number 1 guy in the country at some point. And honestly, getting ready to go to these D1 schools, being ready to be recruited, there's nothing that's going to push him more. You can see in his interviews after, he's hungry, he wants more, he wants a national title at every tough tournament, and there's really nothing that he will do to stop him. Constant training, all his work ethic he puts in, he's proven it, and he is the top guy in Florida and one of the top guys in the nation. And that will conclude our top 10 boys pound for pound list. We really want this list to change over time. We want to see what updates can come. We want to see what kids stand out. Now we go on to boys' top 10 teams regardless of classification. At number 10, we have Wellington. Wellington just beat Cardinal Gibbons at the Bobby Sandy Duels, and Cardinal Gibbons is a top 4 team in 1A. I believe in 3A, Wellington is out of the top 10. This shows how good they are and how much work ethic they're putting in for their program. Having some of the best kids in the state at their weight and all around in their weight classes shows that, they're working hard and they're proving it this year. At number 10, we have Wellington. Number 9, we have Zephyr Hills Christian. Zephyr Hills Christian probably has some of the best production, not just in 1A, but in the state. With their guys beating defending state champs, multiple-time state placers, coming into their freshman, sophomore campaigns, and then going into their junior season campaigns, having top-level guys that can be state champions this year or be high-level state placers. There's really nothing we don't expect less of Zephyr Hills Christian, and we're really excited to see what they bring this year. At number 8, we have Miami Southridge. You talk about a program that has jumped levels this year. Top 4, top 3 team in 3A. Has one of the best kids in the state, Giovanni Tovar. He's elite, and he's definitely going to he makes that program better. He makes that program what it is, and it's exceptional to see what they can do, especially in 3A, being in the district and region of Doom. And we're really excited to see what they can do and possibly create some upsets this year. At number 7, we have Charlotte. Charlotte is a great team, picking up one of the best transfers in the state in Jake Austin. Their team's going to jump levels, and it's already been one of the top teams in 2A. Multiple state placers, multiple state champs, multiple state qualifiers. Their team is beating some of the best teams in the state, and by heavy margins too. It looks like a distant, and that's because their team puts the work in. And there's really a lot we expect from Charlotte this year. Looking for a state title. I mean, being in 2A, they probably have one of the tougher sides to get to that state dual finals, but we wouldn't be surprised if they get there. At number 6, we have Tampa Jesuit. You talk about probably one of, if not the deepest lineups in the state of Florida. State champs returning, multiple state champs returning, state placers returning, national All-Americans returning. Tampa Jesuit has the firepower to honestly win that 2A state dual title this year and be one of the top finishers at the state IBT tournament. You wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, the big story, having them in the region with Gibson, that's going to be one of the things to watch this year in the region. Will Jesuit make it past? Will they go to the state dual finals from there? Will they not make it past Gibson? And that's what we're looking for. For our number 5 spot, we have Lake Gibson, both multiple D1 commits, just like Jesuit has. We're really excited to see what Gibson can bring. Some of the best transfers in the state in Jaden Oliver, some of the best returners in Christian Fretwell. Hussam Mustafa, another transfer that's great for Gibson. This team is deep, and they made it known this year that they are going to make noise and they don't want to go down without a fight. Winning the state dual title last year, they want it again this year, and no matter who's in their way, they want to get it. At number 4, we have the 2A transfer-ins, Somerset. I believe back-to-back 1A state dual champs. Somerset's coming to 2A now, looking at new competition, maybe arguably tougher competition, and we're excited to see what this will be. Will Somerset claim another state dual title at a classification that they're not used to? And that's the story this year. Will they be able to do it? One of the biggest stories too is their lineups. Return of the Sainz brothers, Tristan Sainz, Michael Sainz, and then the younger brother, Carlos Sainz. All of the Sainz brothers, we're excited to see what they can bring to the team, what they can bring to the lineup, and how will that affect their state dual chances. Will they claim state dual titles this year? Will they fall short because of a new classification, new competition? Who knows? But that's one of the stories this year. And number 3, Lakes Academy. You talk about a lineup with multiple number 1 kids in each weight class. It's very hard to beat. The way they train, the way they go in the off season and travel around the country and get to top level competition, they come back down and they're ready to compete with the best. These guys train all year round. They're here to make it known that they want it, and they're probably one of the hungriest teams this year. Unlike these other schools, they don't have much transfers, or any at all. Their kids stay there, and they stay to win titles, and that's what they want this year. Number 3, Lakes Academy. Number 2, we have Southwest Miami. Multiple D1 kid commits, multiple national champs, multiple state placers. Southwest Miami is one of the teams that everyone wants to beat. You talk about a team that has a tougher road to the state dual tournament, and it's because of who they have to face. But because of who they have to face, they have the best guys to get ready to face that competition, and they want it this year. They want to be those guys. And at number 1, we have South Dade, the team that's won state titles almost every year, if not every other year, at the state dual tournament, at the state IBT tournament. They've consistently come out as champions, and that's the team that everyone wants to be. You know, in the district of Southwest Miami's Southridge, that's the hardest path, and it seems to them like they always get that win over them, especially when it's a region, especially when it's a state tournament. Their kids are always ready, whether natural grown there, whether transfer. They produce champions every single year, and we always know that in 3A, there will be a South Dade kid in that state finals and on that podium this year at the number 1 spot. Those are our top 10 teams. Again, we want this list to change. There's a lot of information going into here. We want to see what happens throughout the year. We want to see who beats who. Let us know what we're missing. Let us know what we need to bring in. For next episode, tune into the girls pound for pound top 10 and the girls team pound for pound top 10. I'm really excited to put this list on, and tune in for next episode. I'm Alex Wisdom with Florida Wrestling Insight. Very proud to work with the Florida Wrestling Room. Thank you guys.